But the other thing is the festive season, which has almost arrived, coupled with a GST rate cut on the cards too. Let's discuss demand sentiment, what the outlook is going forward, and what's the impact of a possible GST cut that would come by. We are now joined by Nilesh Gupta, director at Vijay Sales, to take these questions. Mr. Gupta, good morning. Thank you so much for joining in. Before I talk to you about the festive demand, I wanted to understand what the impact of this proposal of GST cut on white goods has been. Are you seeing delayed purchases? What's the ground reality right now?
So good morning, team. I think it's a very good sign which the government has done of GST cut. So there are two categories which will be primarily benefited with this cut. The rest, all of the categories are already in the 18%. The categories are air conditioners and televisions above 32 inches. So up to 32 inches, it was 18%. Above 32, it was 28%. So all the televisions, will see a lot of action happening this Diwali. And as far as to the second question of yours, whether the consumers are waiting, a few of them are waiting, but not all of them, because I think today with the EMIs offers coming in, and I think patience is not one very good function of ours anymore. So yes, a few of the consumers are still waiting waiting for the GST to come down, which would happen before Diwali. But most of the time, we have not seen after the announcement in the last 7-8 days, we have not seen much major impact. As it is, air conditioning is not a season right now. So luckily, this did not happen during the summer, where it would have caused a more issue.
So you're not...
So Mr. Gupta, morning, Rima here. So what were the sales for you, say in Q1, and now in anticipation of the festive season or in the run-up? What would Q2 sales look like for a company, of Vijay Sales, just to get an idea of the kind of improvement that we're seeing?
So basically, for our industry, Q2 is very important. We always say the festive month of 30 days is not a 1-month sale, but a 2-month sale. So in our industry, we always say we don't have a 12-month calendar, we have a 13-month calendar. So from Q1, we saw a little dampened growth because the air conditioner summer season was not good because of the continuous rains during the summer. So hence, this year we'll see a very high rise in Q2 over Q1 compared to last year. So if Q1 was 100, we'll see definitely 150, 160 in Q2, which normally would have been 140, 150. Or maybe it would be 160, 70 also. And then there are new phone launches also, which is happening from all the brands. So I think that coupled with the interest which we are seeing in laptop category, it is because of the AI processor which is coming in the laptop. A lot of consumers are replacing it, upgrading it much earlier. So I think this year the Diwali looks to be very, very promising.
Okay, so when you say Q2, because Diwali is in October this year, right?
Yes.
So when we talk about Q2, you say it'll be 150% if Q1 was 100%. There's the Shraadh period as well in the month of September. You are still very positive on the kind of sales you'll see in Q2?
So Shraadh period, I think traditionally over the years, the impact of sales during the Shraadh period has lessened a lot, because nowadays people, the new generation does not believe much. It's only the older generation which believes, and a few of the households still believes it. And especially we have seen the digital category is something which does not get affected by Shraadh, because they say it's not something which you are buying for our pleasure. It's something which we need it for our daily use. So I think the impact of sales on Shraadh has dampened, and year on year it is reducing. So I think the sales should be good.
Okay. What about pricing, Mr. Gupta? Are there any festive season discounts that you're seeing which could lead to higher volumes? If you're talking about higher sales in Q2, Q3, would it be led by lower realizations or lower pricing?
So basically, I think the first discount has been given by the government. Thank you for that. And television is always a big category during Diwali. And this time we'll see a huge surge in sales in large screens, because 10% is not a small amount. Along with, in some part of the country, October is also a mini summer season. And coupled with the 10% reduction in GST, I think there also we'll see a huge upsurge. Leaving aside these two factors, for companies, Diwali is also a make or a break year. A month where it decides how many consumers they can take more in the fold. So I'm sure with the reduction in GST, all the brands would also try to play the best foot forward. And we expect huge discounts coming in. not in terms of direct discount. See, today in our industry, more than discount, it is the EMI offers, which is very important, the cashback offers, which is very important. So I think we'll see a lot of aggressive cashbacks and EMIs. They are yet to roll for the festive season, but whatever discussions we are having with the brands, everybody is gung-ho about the industry this year and to do something really good and make up for the lost sales of the summer. So let's keep our fingers crossed for a great Diwali this year.
Great means what, sir, Mr. Gupta? Would this be how much better than last year? This would be the best in how many years? And which category, according to you, is likely to do the best?
So I think great would be if we are able to do 15 to 20% more than last year. It would be extremely great because we also have to understand Diwali normally is the peak season where all the retailers, all the manufacturers are running peak capacity. So, but 10% is a given thing this year over last year Diwali. But we are quite positive that we should be able to touch at least 15%, if not 20% over last year.
Okay, and which subcategory or which category is likely to do well?
I think all are going to fire, including air conditioners across the country because of the reduction. That I think, but the biggest gainer this year in Diwali would be large screen televisions. Mobiles will definitely fire because there are a lot of new launches which is coming in during that period. The Diwali traditionally has been an appliance festival. So refrigerators, washing machines, small appliances, kitchen appliances, it's a given thing. I think this year everything is going to fire.
All right, let's wait for that then. Looks like it's going to be a bumper Diwali for the white goods industry for sure. Thank you so much, Mr. Gupta, for joining us and telling us what the demand is looking like currently on ground. So that's the word coming in from Vijay sales. Yes, some customers are waiting for GST rate cuts, but not a big impact on demand is what they're seeing. Blue Star, on the other hand, told us that it is seeing a big demand impact because people are still waiting for when that final GST rate cut date would be announced as well.
But I think the headline is that a 10% growth over last year is a given. If the industry can get to 15 to 20%, then it would be a really good Diwali for them in terms of sales.
Okay.